Reverend Dr. Jamie Clark Souls wrote an article that I really love that explores the Gospel of Mark through the lens of disability. As we go forth to proclaim the gospel, she says, let us make sure that it is always good news for everyone, including persons with disabilities. In her article, Reverend Dr. Souls notes that disability studies is a relatively new discipline in general and even newer in biblical studies. She goes on to make the distinction between impairment, a physiological and medical phenomenon, and disability, a social phenomenon. A society disables people who have impairments when it refuses to take steps to ensure that all members of a society have equal access to all the benefits of that society. Education, transportation, employment, architecture that can be navigated, and political power. She notes that these are things that people with no impairments usually take for granted. This concept is near and dear to my heart because, as some of you know, almost 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. These are impairments that affect various parts of my body, for which I receive ongoing treatment. Thanks to the Americans with Disabilities Act that acknowledges the ways that our society disables people with impairments like mine, I am able to receive accommodations that allow me to navigate life freely and independently, such as a handicap placard for my car and wheelchair service at the airport. In addition to impairments and disabilities, Reverend Dr. Souls also makes a distinction between cure and healing. Cure, she says, refers to the elimination of impairment at the individual level. However, healing refers to a person's experience of integration and reconciliation of self, God, and community. Healing, she notes, may or may not involve a cure. Among the many salient points that Reverend Dr. Souls makes in her article, I really appreciate her words about faith. She notes that when many of the stories, including our text from the 9th chapter, mention Jesus talking about faith, they are not directed at the impaired individual, but to the community around them, in this case, the boy's father. She suggests that the fact that Jesus makes plain the connection between faith and healing in a manner that is communal should prompt us to ask, what is our community doing to bring healing, that reconciliation to self, God, and the community to those around us? Again, what is our community doing to bring healing to those around us?